So, we are ready. We are ready. Here are words I've been waiting to say for a good couple of months because I know this is going to be fun. Could we welcome our first inductee, Peggy Gallant, to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. I know. So we have a three-pronged approach for giving you a chance to know our inductees. Number one is the program. You have a lot of great bio and statistical information in there. Number three is the on-stage conversation with the actual inductee. But number two, right in the middle, is this video you're about to see where friends, past and present, pay tribute to the inductee. Let's take a look for Peggy Gallant.
When people who know Peggy Gallant try to describe her, many words spring to mind, but one in particular rises to the top.
Passionate, engaging, funny, supportive, knowledgeable, a fashionista, a mentor, a role model, a leader, a trailblazer, and passionate. Did I mention passionate?
That passion drove Peggy Gallant to places previously unexplored in university women's sports.
Well, she blazed a trail. That trail wasn't blazed before her, right? And she started new programs, and she was driven. She didn't take no for an answer. She was resourceful, and you have to be. And just that persistence and drive is what enabled her to do what she's done. And if you look at female sports right now in Atlantic Canada universities across the country, we have people like Peggy to thank for that.
Along with her passion, Peggy had another secret weapon that helped her to pry open doors that had always been firmly shut.
She's a character. Like if you know Peggy, she's a character. And I think she uses her sense of humor to an advantage. And she just doesn't take no for an answer.
She was a cross between a highly intelligent professor and Carol Burnett, so she made it an awful lot of fun to go to her class. As a professor at St. Yves, she taught us modern dance. And in those days, she made us wear tights and those gymnastics tops, and we weren't that keen on it. But there she was, wearing hers at 8 months pregnant. So if nothing else, she shamed us into wearing ours.
I think she was a good communicator. I think she, first and foremost, made it fun for the student athletes that played for her. And that's key, and that's key today too, right? If coaches don't make it fun and enjoyable, I don't care what level you're playing at, I think you're missing something. Peggy got that early on.
Making it fun is a big part of what made Peggy Gallant such an exceptional trailblazer in female sport. And as for legacy?
I believe she's helped build a community of women supporting women through education and sport. She's built this community through educating, engaging, and empowering us.
Peggy was a doer, and just proof to our young women that, you know, if you get a cause and you get a lot of passion and drive, you can make it happen.
My good friend Sue said if we were to look at a family tree of successful teachers and coaches, movers and shakers, the branches would lead back to Peggy Gallant. This is what I see as her legacy. I ask you to look around you at all the successful women in the room. Many of us are here today because of Peggy's inspiration, her vision, and her support.
Peggy Gallant, passionate builder of sport in this province and our newest inductee to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame.
There you go. Inductee number one tonight. To present the Hall of Fame induction pin to Peggy Gallant, we're honored to call forward the president of St. Yves, Kent McDonald, is here tonight. And to present the pin, the vice president of finance and strategy for Nova Scotia Gaming Corporation and Peggy's niece, Cara Dort. All right, thank you to Kent and Cara. Let's get the group shot. Yep. Thank you. Thanks for coming. No, don't sit down. Stay right here. So here's how the story goes. Okay, you tell me if this is true. We go back a few years, and you wanted to start a women's soccer team at St. Avex. And you went to Father Kehoe, and you said, I want to start this. He says, we don't have enough money. And you said to him, do you think I could have the money from the pop machine?
It's true, and I had to fight Packy McFarland to get it.
Right. So,
He wanted it for the men's basketball team because he was probably, playing against Teeny, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you think that determination and drive came from? Why were you so determined?
Grown up poor, I think.
But you were such a, you must have sensed that there was a need to sort of pioneer and set a blazing trail for women in sport.
I loved sport as a youth. I thought it was fun, and we didn't have all of the accolades and the teams and the travel and everything that you have nowadays. But there was always something about it that I liked, and there wasn't always a lot of opportunity for women, especially young women. And I said, well, I got to get it done. So I drove a lot of people crazy, Bruce. I made a few enemies along the way, but some of them still talk to me.
Some of them are probably here.
They're probably here, yeah.
Yeah, you converted them. Well, what about for you? What was your favorite thing about coaching?
The students, the kids, the athletes, and the parents. When I first started to coach, I coached little ones, and then I gradually, started to coach older and older athletes. And then, of course, I did coach training. And not only that, all of the people I met along the way, and there's a lot of them here tonight, Patsy Pike, for example. So I think just the social part of it that's why I think Leo called me a character, because I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. When you see the women in the room tonight, all of whom have gone on to pretty great things in sport in this province in Atlantic Canada, and they say you're the tree and they're the branches, how does that make you feel?
Oh, there's a lot of cracks in that tree. Oh. But, well, that's very flattering. But you know what? I've always said this, you don't do it alone. Like, I don't think I would have had any success at all if I didn't have family and friends and colleagues and all of the other people in sports. Sport's a big fraternity. And when I was coming in tonight, I saw some really good folks that I've known along the way, like Courtney Malcolm and lots of people here. And I think that interaction made it worthwhile. There were lots of times you come home, you had a bad loss, and you thought, oh God, this sucks, I'm never going to do it again. And the next day you talk to some of the athletes and they say, oh, it's okay, you did your best, Pat me on the back, trying to make me feel better. So I think the interaction with the athletes and the parents and the little kids and my family.
Well, look, there might be cracks, but the roots are still really good. So congratulations. Welcome to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Thank you.